Hey, Yark, Twitchland, welcome to Kobold Kindergarten. And I totally just played the wrong intro video. I scrambled to get the one done for this. This will hopefully be the conclusion of the Halloween episode. I scrambled to get a video done for it, and then I played the wrong one. I'm going to go ahead and share this map with everyone. Except Fulgrin, who is not yet here, because
he's on his way, though.
Well, you know, he was in Cadmus's bed when last we left, I do believe, and he had fallen asleep, so I'm thinking he might have, you guys were in Lottie and Lulu's room? You guys were just leaving Lottie and Lulu's room. I'm thinking while no one was looking, Fulgrin climbed back into the bed and fell asleep.
One of those peanut butter naps.
Yeah, that sounds exactly like Fulgrin. Let me get a grid on here. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it'll do. Exact positioning is not going to be that important, right? Right.
Whatever you say, boss.
So, and there goes my Twitch crapping out again because I, as usual, as always, am having trouble with comp crap. What else is new? I keep getting this message that the Twitch machine is broken. So, anyway, since the, wow, when I zoom out, that grid sucks. When we last left our intrepid adventurers, they had checked out Punchy's room and found a gear. They had investigated Lottie and Lulu's room. They are all now reunited. They're still running around naked, but, you know. And I am trapped somewhere. They cannot see me, but they can now hear me through the magic of magic. So, Bori is sound asleep on Lottie's bed. You guys, I'm guessing, are somewhere in the hallway between Lottie's room and Lulu's room?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Sure, why not?
I should probably drag all you guys onto the, oh my, that's tiny. And you can just put yourself wherever you want to be on there. You do, well, I have clothes. I mean,
yeah, I put back on clothes. You know, I was naked doing yoga in my room, and then I remember I put on a robe.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, but you have as yet not had your armor and other things like that returned to you. You've got your your weapons and basic possessions, but everything you were actually wearing except your underwear when you got here has been stripped from you. Now, I'm sure some of you, excuse me, I'm also getting a cold, had some other clothes like in your backpacks and stuff like that. But your
Or-
armor and stuff like that, you are still waiting for.
Were there sheets on the beds?
Yes, there were sheets.
Toga
So,
party.
yeah, I'm totally Animal
Toga
House
party.
togaing that.
Toga.
Toga,
Okay.
Toga.
Oh dear. I'm not sure what I have wrought here. Oh man, these layers really do suck. I don't even know why I'm trying to do a fancy, grid that actually is accurate because like I said, it really doesn't matter. Good enough. Okay, so here you are in Lottie and Lulu's room. You have pretty much checked out Punchy's room, which is in the southwest. You've kind of looked around Lottie and Lulu's room. Just to refresh everyone's memory, you are looking for the parts of what a kobold refers to, the kobold who helped you and let you out of your rooms where you were locked, what he called a big buzzy thingamathing, which has 5 parts to it. You already have a gear. Forgive me the lack of continuity here. I never actually wrote down what the parts were, so it may not be exactly the same as what I told you in episode 2, but you found one of the gears. There are 2 gears, one of which you found in Punchy's room. So there will be one more gear. There's a lever, there is a board, and there is a little wheel. So that is the stuff you're looking for. And this buzzy thingamathing, according to what the kobold calls it, is your only hope for getting out of here. Because the evil Magentilith has pretty much sealed up the castle, and until you can, you can't get out of the doors. So you're going to need to find all this before you can get out. What would you like to do?
Well, so I'm gonna turn to Lottie and say, "So, Lottie, tell me about your room. Is the bed nice? Are there secret things in there?"
Well, there was a cockroach in it once. She was with me. I didn't really notice a lot when I was in there. I was a little bit concerned about getting out of there, so I don't really know what's in there. I mean, it seemed okay. Nothing jumped out of the drawers and tried to kill me like your room.
Well, perhaps another look-see is in order.
That would not be a bad idea. Just saying.
I don't really like cockroaches, though, Lottie. I'm sorry. Maybe your cockroach, I'm sure, is very, very nice. But
What?
in general, I don't like cockroaches. Where is the cockroach?
She's right next to you.
I jump back.
She blinks her eyelashes, trying to be friendly.
A flirtatious cockroach. Excellent. Also, I don't know why the colors on this map went dim, and I'm getting this weird eye symbol on my pointer.
Did you
Yeah,
mask
the whole
us?
map turned gray.
Yeah, let me... Wow, it still is. What the heck?
Did you cover everything in fog of war?
Did I do that?
I don't know.
Oh.
Try to right-click and see if you can undo one.
Yeah, that's... Did I do masking? I didn't think I did masking. I did masking.
We're back!
I didn't even mean to do that. Oh, actually, there will be some masking, but I was going to do it on... Yeah, don't want to give too much away.
I seem to remember there's something really important about us going west up a corridor or something up a stairwell.
Hold
I
on,
don't
a
know.
wild Fulgrin appears.
East stairs to the ballroom, I guess, is kind of where we want to eventually be going.
Yeah, well, that's according to the kobold. He says the Magentilith is down the western stairs.
Are you sure? I thought she said it was up The east was the bad place. Ugh.
I thought
It's
it
so
was the
hard to
west.
remember things.
It totally is. And I mean, I really need to stop relying on my memory. Anyway, you are standing outside Lottie and Lulu's door. Bori is sound asleep on the bed.
Completely and totally covered in magical potting soil.
Actually, I thought you put that in a little bag.
Some
I
of
see a
it.
Bori. There you go, Bori. Bori is awake! He's alive! And you are all standing outside the door to Lottie and Lulu's room. You are reunited and it feels so good. What you gonna do now?
Oh, Peaches and Herb reference.
I wondered who would get that.
Rin, late as heck question. Could you, by any chance, click the share button on the map
Oh,
again? Thank you.
you are very welcome.
Well, I think we want to go in and thoroughly search Lottie's.
That would not be a bad idea.
Okay, I do have to call shenanigans though from something that I saw in Discord was Sir Cadamus claiming that he was going to carry Boar.
That was only if you didn't actually show up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, oh, trust me, I have all kinds of scenarios for if people can't make it, and how positive or negative or whatever the scenario is depends on their reason for not making it.
Well, I was just saying that last time if I remember correctly, last time I checked, Bori weighs about 6 times what Sir Cadamus weighs.
Yeah.
That's without armor.
Anyway, here we are. Are you all heading in? I think you should be able to put yourselves in Lottie and Lulu's room if you so desire.
Oh no, wait. Lulu's gonna stay near Punchy because she's trying to make friends.
Bori's just going to stand at the so he's not in the way and watch.
Yeah, I'm actually getting another map ready for you guys.
I checked under the bed, Sir Cadamus. I don't think there's anything there.
There is nothing under the bed. Whoa, why is this
Dust
why is this masking
bunnies.
instead of unmasking? This is masking instead of unmasking. That's not good.
Oh look, wait, is there a table in here? I didn't notice a table before.
Dresser or something like that, I think.
Rooms have dressers? This is a strange universe. They have furniture and everything.
Yeah, can't trust that furniture.
I wonder if this one has goblins too.
Huh?
Lottie wants to open some drawers if that chest has drawers.
Go ahead and pop the door open. Let's take a look.
Totally.
The chest is absolutely empty.
Oh man, this is a bum chest. There's no goblins in it.
Knock on the bottom, see if there's a false bottom.
Oh, you think
However,
there's goblins there? Like, okay, we'll knock on. Let's
is
knock on the
that
bottom.
Lulu who is opening the chest?
Lottie.
Okay, so Lottie is up here by the chest.
Mm-hmm.
Is the bed covered in potting soil?
Only because while we were waiting for you, you crawled in there and took a nap.
Oh, so it's cast off potting soil
Yes.
from my body, not actually covered in potting
Yeah.
soil like the other. Okay.
They
Right.
said you were taking a peanut butter nap.
Peanut butter
here.
nap. I like that.
Yeah, you're carrying the potting soil, right?
I believe Bori is carrying the potting soil.
For Lee T?
Sort of. I mean, there is potting soil on my purse.
I couldn't remember if it was Bori or Catamus, but somebody found some potting soil and scooped it up and put it in.
I'm pretty sure that was Sir Catamus actually
Oh.
being proactive.
Bori got into it though.
Yeah, I kind of dove onto the bed and rolled around like a golden retriever in this, and then had a peanut butter nap.
So, I mean, you already checked under the bed. There's nothing under the bed. There's nothing in the chest. There is something to find in here, I'll give you that, but I am waiting for someone to get within 10 feet of it. Thereabouts. Close enough. Hugo, Hugo and Catamus, would you each roll perception for me? Bori is carrying it stuck in his matted hair and beard. Hugo finds absolutely nothing. Catamus, you discover... I'm trying to move this, and instead of moving it... Oh. You find that there is a secret door along the west wall. Oh, well, obviously you still find that there was a secret door along the west wall.
He just found it even harder.
That didn't sound right.
He was like, I wasn't looking for it, but man, I see it now.
Still nose picking. Bori.
You sure that's not an intelligence modifier there, Bori?
I'm proficient in it.
I don't even want to know. Oh, you know, I should probably drag you guys onto this map now instead, shouldn't I?
This is going to be so meta. We're watching ourselves move to
Oops.
different reality in real time.
Actually, I should put a grid on here so I can, like, you know... Man, I am just not getting the hang of this grid tonight. Okay. Here you are with a secret room.
It occurs to me we don't have a road.
Well, you've already found the secret door. The door has magically vanished in front of you. There's no lock.
It's kind of like those doors in DDO. You know, you just click on it and it opens.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, but you know the door in DDO that you just click on and it slides open, and then you take 2 steps in, and 55, 10-foot metal spikes impale you, and you get hit with a wave of force and a blast.
Well, we have a monk. We
Sweet.
can throw him. I mean, ask him to go.
There's a cockroach.
Yeah, I look at the cockroach and say, you know, we could be friends. Would you like to go on a secret?
They
Lulu
will
is-
survive
Lulu-
the apocalypse.
She's perfectly fine with going into the secret room because she's so little, it's doubtful that she'll set off any kind of traps because she doesn't weigh enough.
Can you actually speak with Lulu?
Oh, yeah. I speak cockroach.
Well, send Lulu into the room, do a little reconnoiter for us, and have her report to.
All right. Well, if it's cool with Lulu, she does what she wants. And I think Lulu's fine with it. So Lulu will scurry up to the door and scurry. Is it open or can she scurry under it?
It is open, and I'm trying to figure out, for some reason, when I try to drag stuff on here, I'm just getting that stupid push pin and nothing else. Why is it not working for me?
Did someone just spin me around?
Yeah, right round, baby. Like a record.
Okay, here we go.
And she doesn't get a point of psychic damage for that?
Well, she's not Bori. There we go. That looks fair.
Would you prefer dizzy? My head is spinning like a whirlpool. It never.
I'm so dizzy, my head is spinning.
No, Bori's, all he's got to say is he's down with fried egg. Got to get down with fried egg.
So,
Everything
is anyone
happens.
actually looking into this room yet?
Oh, Lulu is.
Okay, well,
Lulu goes forward into the room, and she's looking around, scurrying around her little cockroach legs. She's got a little cockroach antenna flicking around.
Now,
Lulu,
Catamus is kind of standing in front of the door, so I didn't want to be rude and push him. I mean, charge in.
She's mainly
Well-
trying to smell stuff. Like, what does it smell like in here?
it smells like skeleton, and I'm sure Lulu has now seen and hopefully relayed to you somehow that there are indeed 3 skeletons standing in here.
Cool. Go get him, Punchy.
You know what?
Lulu scurries back out of the room. She sounds
I love
panicked, I
Lulu's
think.
noises. So, yeah, the skeletons don't see Lulu. She's really tiny. So, at least they're not coming out to attack you yet. But,
Does Lulu say anything about the fact that they're skeletons?
you would have to ask Bonnie because Lottie is the one Lulu communicates with. So I would ask Lottie. Or maybe Lottie would say, hey, Lulu just told me there are skeletons in there.
Yeah, Lulu says that there are like some bony dudes in there.
Bony
Okay.
dudes, yes.
Are we out of combat initiative at the moment? I'm assuming.
You are,
Bori
but
would like
you
to.
are going to want to go into that room because otherwise you're never going to find all the parts to the big fuzzy thing in the thing. Okay?
Oh, we're
Secret.
going in.
Okay.
No, we're going in.
We have to
But
emotionally
before-
prepare first.
Oh no, I'm not emotionally
But no one is
prepared.
surprised. The skeletons know
What-
you're out there because the door opened when you found it by Catamus's perception check, and obviously you know they're in there because Lulu told you. So basically, we're all just sitting for someone to decide to go into that room.
Well, what Bori was going to do is because she said bony dudes. I'm going to use my special channel divinity ability called extraplanar awareness, which doesn't work on undead, so I'm going to skip that and completely recant that entire line of thought. Yeah, never mind. That's not.
I'm not sure if Lulu has noticed or told anything to Lottie about the dimensions of the room. I'm just sort of remembering something Bori did against undead back in a previous episode that didn't work well because there was lots of room to go. There's not lots of room to go here.
No, I was going for extraplanar awareness, which is detect celestials or fiends within 60 feet, but that does not include undead.
Not to
Okay.
mention, you already know they're there, so detecting them is kind of a moot point now.
Yeah, but there could be more. She just said
there
bony
are not.
dude.
I'll give you that.
Yeah. Lulu didn't report the numbers.
I'm trying to not metagame because Bori doesn't know the size of the room or how many are in there or anything like that. Like I do,
Yeah.
but Bori doesn't.
Lottie, I don't know what Lulu might have told you, what Lulu was looking at, if she bothered to look at the rest of the room after she saw the bony dudes. You're Lulu, so that is up to you. And yes, work your fingers through the bone, and what do you get? Bony fingers. Yeah, Comic and I are having like a nostalgia music night.
Well, I'm assuming
Okay.
Lulu smelled musty dead stuff and then realized that there are these skeletons there.
I mean, she could also see them. They're just kind of standing there, and there's enough light filtering in from the room that she could see them even without dark vision.
So as soon as she saw them, she was like, "Oh, I better go like raise the alarm before
Okay.
they notice me."
So Bori has entered the room. The skeletons see Bori. Bori sees the skeletons. Roll for initiative. Well, put yourselves where you want to be and roll. Ooh, look at that 20. 19. Wow. Shoot.
Nice.
I'm not last.
Hugo, you see 3 skeletons. They look kinda mad because you've just broken into their little secret hideaway. What do you do? Oh, I should actually start. Yeah. So, yeah. There we go.
I throw vicious mockery on one of them.
Cast Vicious Mockery, and I do want to hear what you say to this skeleton.
Hang on. I have a list of prepared ones, so.
Oh, this should be good.
Good enough for a Skelly, though. Let's see. All right. Let me see again. Hang on. Nope, I'm just going to have to wait. You look more like a zombie than a skeleton.
Man, you have been borrowing insults from the Calliope Kazoo Book of Insults. Roll and see if you hit. What a piece of the maids. Your mother was a dog-eat chew toy. Your father smelled of gravestones. Hey, it's on my stream, not the official, so I can tell you that Bori is here in Discord chat talking about how skeletons always have boners.
All right, I don't know if you have them in the tracker, but I can't seem to throw it down on top of him, so I don't know if you don't have them.
Oh.
They're not
Okay.
hostile right now.
Oh, they should be. Yeah, they're hot. Why are they not showing up?
There's a little eyeball. Underneath by the icon there.
Oh.
See the S right to the lower right
you
of
go.
that S.
There
There's
we
a little
go.
eye.
Okay. Hey, Trident Archer, thank you for watching. So our bard has just cast Vicious Mockery on one of the skeletons, and let's have an attack roll to see if the skeleton cares what you said about it.
Yeah, still not letting me.
Okay. Oh, you can't just like drag it. You can see the token, right?
Yeah, but we can't drag anything onto it.
Oh, there we
Cast
go.
Vicious Mockery.
There we go.
And somehow it came up 3 times.
That's because I ended up clicking it 3 times.
Ah. Oh, it was 14 every time.
At least you're
No,
consistent.
that's just your save. It's telling you.
Yeah,
save
that's
is
just what
14.
so.
Did you drag it onto one of the skeleton icons?
You can't.
Trying to.
I've been dragging Sacred Flame onto one of them about every 15 seconds because I'm a nerd.
Okay, so what the heck is going on here?
Can you drag it onto one of the skeletons? The skeletons aren't even. When I hover over them, it's not even coming up with a number yet.
Pull them from the combat tracker rather than maybe the encounter.
Ooh.
Ah, there we go. Now we have.
Okay. Yeah, I pulled them in from the encounter, not from the combat tracker, so let me just...
There we go. That worked.
Geez, take a couple weeks off and see what happens. Okay, these skeletons failed at save, so let's roll some damage here.
That's good to know that that happens when you drag it
So,
from the encounter.
And he has disadvantage on his next attack.
okay. I am not sure how to signify that, but okay.
Well, when you go to attack for him, down in your lower right-hand corner, you have advantage, disadvantage, +2, plus, plus
Oh,
2,
so when
you
it
can
gets
just
to
hit
be
disadvantage before you attack.
got it, when it gets to be his turn. Okay.
The game may automatically do it. I don't know.
It
Very cool.
doesn't. It doesn't.
Oh, bummer. Okay, Hugo, anything else? Or
Nope.
shall we move on to... Okay, Lottie. You're up.
I'm gonna set him on fire!
I knew you were going to say that. Trident,
Flame on!
we're doing good here. How are you? That is a hit.
Burn, baby.
And that is... he's a little bit damaged. Does Lottie have anything else, or are we moving on?
I'm so done.
Sir Catamus. It's on you now. I don't think I knew Catamus's...
Wait,
Catamus had a
Catamus
last
has a
name.
last name now?
That's exactly what I was just saying. I did not know Catamus had a last name. Okay, let's have an attack roll on skeleton number 1. Come on down. That is a miss. Does Catamus have anything else?
Oh,
That
that
is a
was
hit.
almost an 11.
That is a hit. 7, that's heavy damage, really? Oh, I guess it is. Oh, it's more than half. Okay. Okay. It is skeleton number 1's turn. And skeleton number 1 did not appreciate Catamus attacking him, so he's going to take his short sword and swing it at Catamus. Oh, that is a hit.
Yeah, even if he actually had his armor on, it was probably silly.
I wish I could remember how you did random. I thought I had it, but I'll have to reset it some other time. Skeleton number 2 looks around, says, "Hey, that dwarf he's looking at me funny." And takes a shot at Bori and misses.
Wait, how did he melee me from over there?
Short bow.
Oh, short bow.
Short bow. He has a short bow and a short sword. He's a short skeleton. Skeleton number 3 looks at Hugo. Oh, yes, disadvantage. Skeleton number 3 also.
Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, it really. I mean, he
okay,
missed.
I've got the disadvantage. Okay. No, the next one I'm doing has disadvantage. This one has disadvantage. The other ones didn't. And also has a short bow and looks at Hugo and says, "I didn't like what you said about me." How the heck? Oh,
Holy
it rolls a 19 and a 17. I'm thinking,
I was gonna say, that was a disadvantage? Holy.
That was super effective.
And he does a few points of damage, but nothing serious to Hugo. And Bori, you're up.
Okay. Bori is too dumb to have noticed the arrow that just whizzed by his head and stuck in the wall. But he really doesn't like people stabbing his friends. So he's gonna Like, excuse me, Punchy. Excuse me. Just kind of shove him into the wall, scooch by, and there's a skeleton there that smacked his friend, and we can't be having that.
No, we can't. That is a hit. Does he have any hit points left? I am not
Oh,
going to. That's
wow!
basically all of his hit points. I'm not going to give him a death save. Skeleton number 1 is gone.
Crunch?
All right.
Punchy the Tall Folk.
All right. I am going to whip around cat and triple punch. I'm going to use my key.
Ooh. Well, your key
Okay,
did
so
not
not
fit
that
that.
one.
Your
That was a
key did
warm
not
up.
fit that lock. That's a hit.
And then follow up the third.
That's definitely a hit.
Yay!
Okay, so skeleton
Pow,
number
pow,
3
pow.
is hanging on by a thread. Lulu's turn. I'm guessing Lulu is just sitting there going.
Yeah, she
Okay.
pretty much is.
And we are back to Hugo.
All right, I'm going to throw down another vicious mockery on skeleton number 2.
I want to hear the insult.
You call those bones? You need to drink more milk.
The skeleton may not have exactly understood you, but there is no doubt he absolutely understood. What do you mean success? Oh, yeah, I'm reading that wrong. I got that mixed up. Yeah, the skeleton did not understand a word you said, did not understand your tone. He's just standing there looking at you blankly. Do you have another attack?
Nope, that's it.
Skeletons are
Lottie!
very.
Something tells me there's going to be fire involved here.
You think? Of course I'm going to try to set something on fire. Burn! Ruh-roh. I
don't know where
fizzled.
Yeah, that kind of. Do you have another attack? Because that just like whizzed right over his head and didn't even singe the bony plate of his skull.
No, I just got this really sad smoke coming from my fingers. Aww.
Aw,
Hate
Catamus.
magnet.
Aw. Okay, number 3 is extremely heavily wounded. That is a hit. I can tell you that
That'll do it.
whatever you roll, he's a goner.
That'll do,
Skeleton number
Pink.
3 is dead. Skeleton number 2. Oh, wait, you still have a turn, don't you? That was a hit. Ooh, that was some pretty decent damage. Trident, this is kind of a homebrew. It's meant to be a little more story intensive than combat intensive, but I do like to, have a little bit of combat in there every so often. Okay, so this skeleton is not too happy with Catamus now. Swings his mighty short sword, and Catamus being a short little foxling, the short sword goes about a foot over his head and totally misses him completely. Bringing up Bori.
Well, after that sword nearly hit me instead of the intended. You're gonna walk on up over here. and go smack. Well,
And
maybe if I had spent less time yelling and actually aiming.
yeah, Bori goes to swing his warhammer, and it totally somehow he tries to swing it forward, but it swings behind him instead, and nearly dislocates his shoulder. Punchy. And try to, yeah, I am basically kind of learning to DM, so there may be many errors. But
All right, I'm gonna step forward and just do a double punt.
that's a hit. Okay, he's pretty seriously damaged. Oh, that is a miss.
No, oops, sorry. Got to manually edit that out. So
Yep, he is still very heavily damaged. Lulu is going, which in cockroach means, Hugo, finish him off, finish him off. Yes, Bori is still stark naked. Luckily it is fairly dark in this room. I mean, the only light is coming in through the door, but yeah, it's fairly dark in this room.
He's wearing dirt.
He
I
is
am
wearing dirt, which I'm guessing like thankfully covers up what it absolutely needs to.
Practically bark skin.
naked, fat, hairy, covered in potting soil with a warhammer and a shield. It's the best way you can
And
have a dwarf.
peanut butter in his beard.
Oh dear, as Catamus says, some of us have dark vision and are really short. Catamus, I am glad I'm not you.
You're about navel height.
So I'm going to take a page out of. Oh crap! Who was it?
Calliope? Lulu is a very special cockroach. And she can actually speak to Lottie. The only reason I can understand her is because I'm the DM.
Anyways, I'm going to throw down a vicious mockery. Your mom's an owlbear and your dad's a roller coaster.
And that certainly got the skeleton's attention. His bony head snaps around and is like, what? And he only had 1 point left, which is good because that's all you hit him for. Okay, you have defeated the skeletons. It just occurred to me that I never gave you XP for the last episode, so I'll have to do that at some point in the future. And as you're celebrating, Bori notices. Nah, Bori, give me a perception check.
I was about to say, Bori notices what?
Well, I mean, it's something that even without a perception check he might notice, but I'm gonna make him. And he doesn't need
Actually, his perception's pretty solid.
Oh, yeah. Bori notices that the board he's standing on has a lot of give to it, and sort of as he steps on it, he feels it like go down and spring back up much more so than the other boards.
Now, more important
like
than the
a lever.
perception. No, more important than the perception check is, hey, I make an intelligence roll. That actually me thing. I think I should tell people, hey, this board is funny.
Okay, Bori does that, but because of the fact that Bori did think, he loses a point of psychic damage.
Hey, I rolled a 14 on my intelligence check. It's in chat right there.
Yeah,
I made him
it
make an
hurts.
intelligence
Okay,
check.
in that case, I will spare you this time for losing a point of psychic damage for thinking. So yes, Bori is telling you all there is a loose floorboard here.
I don't know what that means, but it's
Pry it open, pry it open.
Lottie's happy to go over to the loose floorboard and jump up and down on it really hard.
Lottie weighs like 1/100000th of an ounce, so Lottie.
No, Lottie, not
No,
Lulu.
Oh,
Lottie,
Lottie,
not
not
Lulu.
Lulu.
She weighs slightly more than 2/1000th of an ounce.
Okay, who is going to try to pry it up?
Would you like Bori to get off of it first?
That would be wise because otherwise I don't think anyone has enough strength to pry it up.
Okay, I'll move over here.
Okay, who would like to give me a strength roll to see if they can pry up the board?
Can I set it on fire? Is it a wood floorboard?
It is, but keep in mind the entire floor is wood, and that could get really, really dangerous.
Is that
No, I
supposed to
shouldn't be
dissuade
telling-
me?
I shouldn't tell her that. She's going to.
Well,
Yeah.
even the DM we still haven't rescued can still talk to us. So even the DM,
Oh, that's right.
even better, even the DM could say, "Bad, Lottie, bad."
Okay.
Bad, Lottie, bad. Do not set the floorboard on fire. Don't burn the place down. I'm still trapped. You people need to rescue me, and then you need to find the parts to the big buzzy thingamathing.
If there is a moment where it's cool for me to burn things down, like
I
burn
will
the castle to the ground,
absolutely let you know.
cool.
But right now, I need someone to roll me a strength check to pry up this board.
I got this. I roll up my halfling.
Bori strains mightily and fails.
You know what Bori does actually is he puts his hands on top of the board and pushes down where he should be pulling up. He's like the guy that pushes on the pull door.
I'm trying to pull and pull and pull on it, but I don't realize that Boris still has his leg.
wait.
He's still standing on part of it, so it's like it's not working.
Yeah,
Cadamus is right there, so I figured he would do.
Is Punchy pushing on the part that I'm pulling, so we're just kind of like negating each other?
Wow, how the heck have you guys won any encounters at all?
Well, you know, Critical Role got famous by having Door be there.
I got a splinter.
Lottie keeps jumping up and down on it like she's Captain Kirk trying to put like the fusion reactor back in place. And nothing
All right,
happens.
you know what? I
mean,
before I go,
I
stand
could
back.
actually-
I have a rare idea, which means this is not gonna go well.
Trident, I was actually considering having Lulu roll for it. Okay, 16. Wait, attack? Okay.
Oh
you know
yeah, no,
something?
he's just taking the hammer straight down onto the.
I will allow that. I was looking for a roll of 14. Bori smacks the board with his warhammer, and it's not quite what I had in mind, but the board crumbles, and now you realize there is a hole under the splintered piece of floorboard. Also, there was no intelligence roll on that, so point of psychic damage to Bori for thinking.
Oh, but read Silver's chat.
I hope you noticed how quickly Cadamus got out of the way when Bori said he had an idea.
Yeah, it was like, Zoom! I think that almost was D-door speeds.
So, looking into the hole.
It's dark and filled with splinters.
Just stick your hand in.
There is like a large flat piece of board, not the floorboard, that has places that look like you would attach gears and levers and things to them.
There's a board within the board.
There is a board within the board.
That sounds like a mount.
That's close enough. So I'm assuming.
Board.
On the board.
I'm assuming one of you wants to pick up the board.
Sure. Who picked up the gear?
I thought
Lottie looks at it and then she like loses interest and goes running off back into the other room.
I'm not allowed to touch important looking things.
Well, if no one else is going to do it, I will definitely volunteer.
I just figured we give all the pieces to one person.
I don't know who has the other one.
I think Catamus does.
I'm just putting it in the party inventory and you guys can divvy it up later. Okay, you have now found, I'll give you this, all there is to find in Lottie and Lulu's room.
Let us boogie.
Boogie. Boogie, oogie, oogie, till you just can't boogie no more. Yes,
Wait,
Does
does
it's
that
anyone
mean-
bad,
remember how to
Get
remove
out
pointer
of
arrows?
my head!
it's bad 80s music night on Kobold Kindergarten.
Okay, well, if it's bad 80s music night, then someone is going to have to bring up the Gimme Pizza song. And it's not going to be me.
I am actually
I
not
know.
familiar with that one.
No, we should bring up the Pac-Man
But-
song.
Pac-Man fever, damn it now. That one?
Yeah, and do the Donkey
Buck-
Kong.
Buckner and Garcia.
Do the Mario! Anyway, so...
I just would like to remind you guys that we have about 37 minutes
Yeah,
left.
I'm looking at that.
And
We
I'd
did
kinda like to
Punchy,
get
we
that
did
tonight.
Hugo, we did Lottie and Lulu. I rolled around in
We
Caddy's
did not
room.
do Hugo,
We did,
or at least
done-
not
We
completely.
done Punchy. Yeah, we done Punchy, Lottie and Lugo. Lulu. We haven't done Hugo.
Not that you haven't been
Okay.
in those rooms, but you know, you were trying to find each other and all get back together and stuff like that, so you may not have investigated them thoroughly.
Okay, so in the interest of time and stupidity, Bori is just going to run into Hugo's room and do a belly flop on.
Some puffs of dust come up and the bed springs creak ominously. But that's pretty much it.
Give the bed a saving roll. If it fails, it breaks and he falls down.
Okay. What is the saving roll? I'm thinking 14.
What is the bed
save?
save versus meteor swarm base?
No, that's got to be a cannonball. Actually, I'm going to let's split it. 11 and over, the bed saves. 10 and under, the bed is destroyed. Ah, bummer. So the bed is intact, although it definitely looks a lot worse for wear.
Bori is slightly disappointed.
I think we all are, actually. So you are in Hugo's room. There is pretty clearly now nothing on the bed.
But there
Or-
is a cloud of dust in the room.
The bed has stopped creaking. So, Catamus, give me a perception roll for under the bed.
I'd like to make
Barely.
a perception roll too, since we know that there was a secret door in one room. I'm curious to see if there are secret doors in other.
Well, Catamus does not find anything, but Punchy and Bori, looking under the bed, spot a small glint of silver. It looks like a gear.
Nice. Does this look like one of the pieces?
It does indeed, if you look at it. It is indeed inscribed with the phrase gear number 2, a Ghonk.
Woohoo!
Well, I will present it to Catamus.
Wow. So not only is this the thing that helps us get out of this place, but it might be the thing that Ghonk was looking for too?
Well, you already have one gear that is inscribed with the words gear number 1, a Ghonk. Now you have gear number 2.
Or if it says a Ghonk, maybe it means that he's triplets. Like he's got like
No,
brother
initial-
gears.
Initial A. Yeah, I mean, the Kobold Yik Yak has already told you, or maybe even has somebody told you, this is what happens when you don't run a campaign for a month. You have already been told that you are looking for 2 gears, a lever, a board, and a wheel. So now you have the board and 2 gears, which are all the gears you need. And you are looking for for secret doors, and there are no secret doors to be found.
Onward to the next room.
Onward to Catamus's
Yeah.
room.
Your room was deficient. There was like nobody there trying to kill us.
It was anemic.
Bori will just hang back a little bit and wait for everyone to leave and be like, I'll catch up in a second. And as soon as everyone has left the room, he's going to look down at the bed and be like, you're mine, bitch. And then just jump up and cannonball butt first on it.
Let's give the bed another roll. On this time the bed fails the roll. Bori cannonballs onto the bed and it collapses in some few mattress springs flying around, a couple of feathers. Yes, a bunch of splinters and wood chips. Some mattress stuffing. The bed is no more.
Is Bori alone?
That is far more satisfying than a bunch of skeletons. And I will leave and catch up with everyone else.
Okay, so you are in Catamus's room where you find a bed and a dresser, bureau, whatever you want to call it.
A dresser? Can I go open some drawers?
Of course you can open some drawers.
I'm gonna open all the drawers. And then I'm gonna pull the sheet off the bed and make Bori wear a toga.
I'm sure we would all thank you for that. And I am looking forward to the stick figure drawing of Bori in his toga.
Toga, toga.
I don't know if you want to use that one as a token.
Well, remember, this sheet
Too
is
late.
already covered in dirt because you already took a nap on this bed.
Yeah, but so
Anyway,
is he.
if you are going to check out something in this room, give me a perception roll and tell me what you are looking at.
Well, Lottie was opening drawers.
Lottie, give me a perception roll.
Boom.
Catamus, what are you looking at? Lottie,
Double
you
boom.
open the second drawer, and there is, just sitting right there, a lever.
What? I got a lever, yo. I pick it up and I hand it to somebody. Who has it? Who has all the other stuff?
Catamus.
I hand it to Catamus. Does it have like anything, like does it have a name on it? Like does it say Ghonk 2? I mean, this could be just like a random lever that doesn't go with the other stuff.
We haven't even tried assembling stuff yet, so.
Yeah, the lever is the lever you are looking for.
Excellent.
Lever, lever, however you want to say it.
As long as it's not Lever 2000.
And Lulu is going to go skitter under the bed.
By the way, who is carrying the potting soil and seeds that you found before?
I think,
I believe Sir Catamus is carrying the potting soil.
I thought he was carrying everything.
Bori is not allowed to, except for heavy objects. That's Bori's domain, is heavy objects.
I'm not allowed to touch things.
But
They might catch on fire.
I
that
might set them
24
on fire.
perception, basically, there's nothing else to be found. You have found everything there is to find in this room.
Off to Bori's room.
Most exciting room of all.
Well, actually, Hugo, give me a perception check. Right where you are.
Oh, that's right. That he doesn't know about what I told Bori about.
Okay.
Sure I do. You told him.
No, I didn't. Bori's not that smart. Oh, the kobold told me important information, but I completely forgot what it was. Oh, this is different, completely different information.
Extra different.
Woohoo.
Bori, as you're walking down, or you guys are walking down the hall, you hear ka-dong!
Is that your brain going off?
No, that's the wall to his right flash.
Oh. Did we all just get 10% extra XP?
We might have.
We see
I
2
will-
secret doors.
Yeah, I will definitely have to reward you for that. Okay, so Hugo has found another secret door.
Interesting. This house has many cool secrets.
I'm still looking for our armor and such.
Well, I mean, Hugo, you are standing outside the entrance to the secret door. I don't know where everyone else is. I just kind of dragged you onto the map, but you were all kind of running past. I just happened to notice Hugo paused there, so I had him roll a perception check, and aren't you glad he made it?
I kind of, whispered down the hall, "Hey guys, there's a secret door over there."
Lulu skittered down the
I
hall.
yeah, I run as fast as I can. Ooh, me.
Can I make an intelligence check to see if Bori realizes he's alone?
Yeah, where is Bori?
They said we're going back to my room, so I went back to my
Oh.
room.
Yes, you can make an intelligence check. I would like 15 or higher for Bori to realize that.
No.
So
I'm sitting
Bori
back
is,
on my
Twiddling
bed.
his thumbs.
Bori is hanging out in his room. But the rest of you see this secret door here, and you found it. It's like swings open as soon as Hugo finds it.
Lulu will skitter inside again, smelling her way.
And Lulu spots it's basically a bunch of junk in here, but one of the junky things is something that kind of looks like a cross between a valve and a steering wheel. And if Lulu, tell you what, have Lulu give me a perception check. Can you roll that, or do I need to roll it for her?
I can roll it. I just had to open
she
her.
needs a 12 or higher.
Ooh.
Lulu sees the wheel, and she notices that on the wheel it is inscribed initial A, Ghonk.
She is too little to carry it, though. So she'll scurry back out and be like, and then Lottie will tell everybody, hey, yeah, there's like a steering wheel on the floor in there. Seems to be important.
So, are you going to take the wheel? I did not intend to make that pun.
Oh my god.
Sure, look around, see if there's anything else in here. But I'll pick up the
Nope.
wheel.
It's just basically like a closet, and there's nothing else. There are no clothes in it. I'm sure everybody wants to know that, since you're all running around pretty much naked. So Hugo, you are picking up the wheel?
Sure.
You have all 5 parts. However, Bori has fallen asleep on the bed. No, Bori needs to not be observant enough. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, this would be the first time any of you have been in Bori's room.
Correct.
Correct.
Besides Bori, of course.
Well, I mean, I've been in my room before.
Well, I said
but-
besides Bori, of course.
Yeah. I've been. It's a comfy bed. It's really comfy. Y'all should try
Well,
it.
you're sleeping. Shut up.
Lottie's excited. They seem to
Well,
be
he
going to
says
these
in his
rooms.
head
She's
while
gonna
he's
skip.
dreaming, floating asleep.
Lottie
Is it-
skipped down the hall and then she bangs. She's pretty loud.
No, you
She's
did not
singing.
just say she. You did not just she bang.
She bangs.
We're not going to
So,
William
you
Hung.
know-
No.
Bori is not the most observant of fellows, but you guys are in here and you have all the parts. But as you're looking around, like I said, it is a dark and stormy night. It is really raining. Over the dresser in Bori's room, there is a window which is open. There's a little glass pitcher that looks oddly familiar. It's empty, but as you notice there's some rain coming in the open window, you notice that a few drops fall into the pitcher, and suddenly it's full of water.
What?
This seems oddly familiar to you.
Familiar to me specifically?
Familiar to all of you who see it, which I'm guessing is not Bori because he's like buck naked and Bori, you're wearing a toga. You're not buck naked.
Is it rat spleen
Wait,
iced
wait,
tea?
wait, wait.
That's what I was gonna.
It
That's
is
what I was
not.
gonna say. I assume it's the similar picture to what the rat spleen iced tea was.
It is not Ghonk's pitcher, but yes, it is a very, very similar pitcher. A few drops of clear, pure rainwater fell into it, and it took that rainwater and multiplied it and filled itself up with more clear, pure rainwater.
I grab it.
I
Yeah,
was
we
hoping
totally
you
need
would.
Where's the?
Don't pee in it.
I take a swig.
It's a good thing Bori's asleep.
Yeah, I was about to say, what's the point of rainwater? And then I was like, oh yeah, I'm right.
Now, this is a magical pitcher similar to Gonk's iced tea pitcher. This pitcher will magically fill itself up with whatever liquid it first comes in contact with. So it wouldn't let you
Keep this away from Bori.
it's already been filled with rainwater. Hugo took a swig. As soon as he filled it, it magically filled up that little bit. So you are all together. You have all of the parts, which you now need to assemble. And as you're sitting there, I'd like you all to give me, except Bori who is asleep, I'd like you all to give me a perception check.
I just feel the need to roll something, so there you. Oh, what the hell, too? I rolled a 20 on a nose picking check.
Lottie
It was a big one.
notices that very faintly scratched into the top of the desk, you see the following words. Bori is going to love this. It says, induce rare snots. I'm going to type that into the chat here just so you can see it.
Rare snots.
That's what I read on the chest?
That's what it says. It is scratched into the top of that dresser. Induce rare snots. What do you think that could possibly mean? It has nothing to do with Bori picking his nose. I'm going to tell you that right off the top.
That's really awesome.
Maybe it's what is the thing where you flip the letters around to make different words? Yeah, anagram. There you go.
Yep.
Yes, very good. Can you solve the anagram?
Oh, let's see.
I think we should totally make Bori figure this out.
I'm going to give you a hint, although this may not be of much help to all of you. Remember the theme of the Halloween episode. Theme is the Rocky Horror Picture Show. If you have actually seen it, and please tell me at least one of you has seen it and is somewhat familiar with it. The character that I play in Rocky Horror has one very, very, very long, complicated line about a particular object. So I'll give you that for starters. I'll also tell you that it is 2 words. The first word is 5 letters, the second word is 10. And if you're really, really totally stuck, then we're going to play a little Wheel of Fortune. Or Hangman, or whatever you want to call it.
Hold on, computing.
Point of psychic damage from worry.
There's not enough T.
You said a 10-letter word.
A 5-letter. The first word is 5 letters. The second word is 10 letters.
Oh, yeah.
I don't understand
Back
these
to you,
letters.
Cecily.
They don't spell shark. I don't understand them.
Yeah, there's no way to spell moon shark.
Yeah.
And as for what's the point of rainwater? Think about what needs water. There's actually two main what needs water,
I
and
absolutely
whole
know what needs water.
village.
You got to put the seeds in the soil, and the
Yeah.
soil in some sort of pot. You put the
Well,
water in it,
not
put the
quite.
flour.
The whole Kobold village was short on water.
You're getting there.
They were like rationed. They were irrational.
Well,
You're
see, if
getting
that
close.
had.
You do not have, nor will you have. I'm going to just dissolve that notion right now. Anything to put soil and seeds and water in. So I'm not going to make you do that. Someone's going to do it, but it's not going to be anyone in the party.
Well,
I know it.
put
I
things
know
in
My Rocky Horror.
perspective, when that was
Wait.
actually typed, it was when the time that we were talking about getting it away from. So that was.
Okay, but Punchy, let's hear what you think
Punchy
it is.
says out loud, I wonder if this is some kind of audio vibratory physiomolecular transport device.
Even the DM from her little where she is trapped yells, "Yes, Punchy, go, Punchy! You're on the right track, Punchy! Go, go!"
So I don't know. This doesn't mean much to me. I mean, I know what Sonic is, but what's a transducer?
As Punchy says the words transducer, wait, who has the board?
Catamus.
Catamus feels a strange vibration coming from the board in his backpack. Sonic transducer.
Wait. So he has a vibration coming from his butt?
His backpack. I assume that's like up near his shoulder blades.
It's a Foxley.
His ears perk up.
Okay, so, do you, like...
A fuzzy thing. Oh my gosh, this is so cool.
It is buzzing indeed. Faintly. Not like the horrible buzzing described by Yik Yak, but it is buzzing.
I totally thought we were looking for a bag of bees.
So it's assembled.
Okay, so if you... Catamus, are you going to, like, maybe take it out of the backpack?
Is it all assembled now?
Well, previously there were no markings on said board. I assume, Catamus, you have taken it out of the backpack now. Okay, and now that Punchy has said the magic phrase Sonic Transducer, you can see diagrams and pins and things that tell you instructions from Pikea. Yes. Everything is like almost like on a pegboard with little outlines. You can see where the gears and the lever and the wheel go. So you have everything you need to assemble it. But just for gits and shiggles, I'm thinking, Catamus, since you have all this stuff, give me an acrobatics check. You only need a 10. It is assembled. And now you're hearing kind of a strange noise, just kind of... It's buzzing, but of a different kind. The sonic transducer itself is not yet buzzing. You probably have to, like, operate it somehow, but I wouldn't advise doing that just yet, because, you've still got to rescue Even. But you can hear, once it's all assembled, a very strange humming that kind of just fills the air, the whole atmosphere around you. What would you like to do?
Head up the east stairs to the ballroom.
Okay,
You
so
mean the west stairs?
west stairs lead to the Marilith. East stairs lead to the ballroom and safety. Or at least not to the Magentilith, not Marilith.
Oh, I forgot. I forgot what we're supposed to do. I thought maybe we're not supposed to go up the west stairs and show the Marilith what we're doing.
So the kobold told Bori, but good.
I can't remember what the kobold told me. I was a little bit stressed at the time.
Ah.
So we're supposed to go
East
east.
stairs. Stay away from west stairs. That's where Magentilith and Guy with Eye Head are. I actually did have that written down. Yay!
Wow, someone has keen mind.
That was a flashback.
No, I actually
Maybe-
found it in my notes.
Maybe the kobold did say east stairs.
Kobold did say east stairs. You can look around the room, but I will give you this: there is nothing to see. So,
Is someone gonna wake Bori up before you guys leave?
Wake you up before we go?
Yep. Yeah, Lulu,
Yeah,
Lulu
yeah.
will crawl up on the bed and she'll crawl up Bori and sit on his nose.
No.
Oh,
Crawl
no,
into his
Bori-
ear. That'll wake him up.
Yeah, he's face down in the lift, so.
Oh, you're
yeah.
face down?
Yeah. So, if you wham on, yeah, he'll wake. Or if the Lulu goes and tries to crawl in his ear, Wrath of Khan style, that'll work too.
I'm thinking if Lulu crawls in his ear and starts going, Bori is probably going to wake up.
Yeah. So
Or
Lulu
if-
crawl into Bori's ear and go.
And apparently there's a fox jumping on his back.
I love
Actually,
that Bori I love that Bori
you know what?
nose picking is a skill.
Yeah, to be honest though, if there's a foxling jumping on his back on a really super huge fluffy bed, he's probably gonna think that's some really exotic, expensive like chiropractor stuff. That's gonna be like, yo.
Okay, tell you what.
yeah,
Catamus,
keep
roll
doing
me an
that.
acrobatics check. Lulu, roll me a persuasion check.
Oh my.
Okay. No, we did not need another nose picking check. Catamus jumps up and down on Bori's back, and Bori just snores a little louder. However, Lulu crawls in Bori's ear and goes only a lot louder, and Bori suddenly sits bolt upright.
I'm awake.
I was watching that.
No, that's pretty much what it sounds like. Just
Okay, so you're all awake. You're together. You have all your stuff. West stairs.
Wait. Do we have all our stuff?
But like the parts you've got the sonic transducer. All you do not yet have your armor and all that.
Okay, just checking.
You have everything you're going to find up here.
That's called, we have 10 minutes, let's move it.
Yeah, either we're going to go over or we're not going to finish tonight. I am going to try to wrap this up as quickly as possible. As you get to the landing, you notice where this ominous humming is coming from. There is now a force field blocking both the east and the west staircase. And in fact, all around the balcony, you can't get downstairs from here.
But is there a yellow swirl on the north passage that lets people that weren't quite in the balcony to come?
No, actually, those force fields went up as soon as the sonic transducer was fully assembled. And don't bother disassembling it. They're up there now.
Let's activate it.
Not a good idea yet. Because remember, you need to activate that to get out of here, and if you activate it now, you will possibly get out of here, but your DM will be trapped here forever. Don't activate it yet! You don't even know what it does!
let's see. What's my alignment? I might be okay with that.
But we just have even Skya for our DM forever?
EvenNote, do you really want her for your DM? Because she has no compunctions at all about killing you all off in the
think
most
she'd-
painful way. Actually, if you try to activate it now with the force field, you won't be able to do it anyway. It's blocking the sonic signals it needs to operate properly. So the closer you are to this force field, the more it hurts you. I mean, it's not super loud, but it does kind of hurt your ears. So...
Okay, I break out my loot and I try to countersonic.
Oh,
Cadamus steps into the center of the balcony, and suddenly, the area around him, you see it turn a slightly different color on the floor. Bori, if you're hugging him, then you're over there too.
Well, he wasn't in the center.
Okay, the color intensifies.
Fine, let's all gather in the center.
Let's gather our party before venturing forth.
I just really wanted to have this like
Gather
2 foot tall foxling being smothered by this naked dwarf. Yeah, covered in potting soil. Yeah, all up in the fur. All up in the fur.
Punchy, are you going to gather in the center as well, or are you going to stay up there? Yes, thank you, Lottie, for putting a toga on Bori. You may have just saved Cadamus's life.
Yeah. You're wearing a toga. I'm just saying. Or did you make a toga for me? Did you make a toga for me?
She made a toga for
I
you
made
out
a
of
toga
the
for
sheets.
you.
Out of the sheets.
The dirty sheet.
You know something? I need to add that.
I think we lost Punchy.
No, I'm here. I just haven't moved my character.
Oh, and as Punchy steps into the center with the rest of you, the floor opens up, and you fall for what seems like an eternity. Little DDO reference there. And fall, and fall.
This is a deep hole, yeah.
Wait.
And
Are
suddenly,
you a tank?
I could cast Featherfall. Should I cast Featherfall, guys?
you won't need it, because suddenly you land in this tank. You kind of beat me to that. Of what seems to be some substance that may or may not have been made from a gelatinous cube. You are well and truly stuck. Your feet are, your upper, from your knees on up, you're okay, but you're up to your knees, you are mired in this stuff, and you can't move. And that is the last we will need of this map. However, you do see, to your surprise, dismay, delight, I don't know. And forgive the crappiness of this picture, I did not get a chance to color it in. So this is basically, I drew this in a sketchbook, and then I just took a cell phone picture of it, and yeah.
Are you saying it's kind of sketchy?
It is very sketchy. And there, in the remnants of Ghonk's truck...
Why does it Comet get a point of psychic damage for that one?
I don't know.
Because it's very...
But you have found EvenNote. But she is trapped in the remnants of Ghonk's chest, which seems to be filled with the same strange material as what you're standing in. And she's like, guys!
Hey, Bori, you want to see if you can eat us out of this?
Hold on. I'm just gonna be honest here. He tries.
Bori takes a mouthful of the gelatinous cube-like substance, and while he finds it tasty, it really doesn't do any good as far as getting you out.
Yeah, that'd probably take a couple of months to do that, but he's gonna start trying to get other orders.
So like Even is like right in the same room with you. You know, you're just like a few feet apart. But how are you going to rescue her? Suddenly you hear a noise. Ah, I made this picture so damn big. I better shrink it down here.
Where's our friendly little kobold?
We're getting there. We're getting there.
Hey, just to remind you guys before while she's doing that, you Hugo sent your healer on a mission to eat Jello for the next month, so you might want to change. You might want to change that order before things hit the fan.
I get really excited.
Well, suddenly a mind flayer appears.
Oh my God, Fredenfurter, really?
A mind flayer!
So you got caught in a trap? Well, how about that? Oh, babies, don't you panic. It's a right scary night, but there's no need for fright. I'll get you a kobold mechanic. He snaps his fingers. I really need to do this smaller so I don't have to resize it. And your buddy Yik Yak appears.
Yik! Hey, Yik!
Yik
Nice to
yak,
see ya.
boy!
And also, he tosses you all back your armor. So, I mean, you can only like put it on from like the knees up. So, like your
Wait. So Yik Yak is throwing us the armor?
No, Fredenfurter throws you the armor.
Oh, well, that's all sorts of awkward.
And Yik Yak says, "Oh, look! You met the evil wizard!" It's just a nickname, as others have told you.
Yeah, they call me Pyromaniac. Aren't nicknames silly?
It really is just a nickname. So I understand that you have been acquainted with a certain Atticus Ghonk.
Do you like ham?
I've never tried it. Mortal foods do not interest me.
Which is actually a very valid in-character question to ask.
For Bori, for those of you who didn't know, Bori has somehow gotten it into his head, maybe because the Magentilith was afraid of, what was she afraid of?
Ham. And so therefore mind flayers were afraid of ham too because they were they didn't like people who had brains, and Punchy has brains. So they didn't like brains. If people who have brains don't like ham, then mind flayers don't like ham. That was the logic. It doesn't make sense.
Okay, well, I am going to try to tell you a very condensed version of Ghonk's story. Ghonk grew up a very poor kobold. The mind flayer has told DM even all this, and she is relaying it to you because, you know, he gets tired of talking to mere mortals. And apparently, Ghonk really, really wanted to be rich. The only thing he had going for him was he did have this recipe for Corbear fried rat that was a big hit with the other kobolds, not to mention his rat spleen iced tea. So the mind flayer was kind of looking, you know, he wanted a lackey to help him, not so much a lackey, but just someone who helped him oversee the kobold village and keep it safe and things like that. And so he told Ghonk, I will make you rich, but you must take care of this kobold village. Unbeknownst to either Ghonk or the mind flayer, the Magentilith threw a curse just as Fredenfurter here put the spell on Ghonk to make him wealthy. And the curse ended up cursing the village, so that Ghonk has all this wealth, and the village, as you saw, has nothing. Ghonk could have easily made things right by sharing the wealth. He has not chosen to do so. This makes Fredenfurter very upset, And as your DM and someone who's been trapped in this castle for a while, I can assure you, Evil Wizard is indeed just a nickname. He's actually a pretty cool guy. I mean, he gave you your clothes back, right? So,
Well, as Bori, as being someone who worships an entity that is pretty cool dude, if someone would just, get over the fact that he's a demon lord. I mean, technicalities. He's very sensitive to this plight, and kind of wants to put a hammer in Gong's face right now.
yeah, you wouldn't be the only one, by any means.
Like, really kind of wants to go back to that portal and be like, Gong, nice painting, splat.
Well, right now you have bigger problems. We need to find a way out of here. So I think it's great that you guys want to save the village and beat up Gonk and all that. And suddenly, guess who's back? The Magentilith returns as, how sentimental. But there is no way you will ever escape from the castle. I have sealed all the entrances and exits. So, you are trapped here. Meanwhile, Yik Yak saunters up, kind of sneaks up behind you and says, don't let her know. I undid the spell on the gelatinous stuff. The gelatinous stuffy stuff. You can move now. Don't tell her. Make the buzzy thing of a thing work. Then you get out of here. And even
Who has it?
Who has what?
The transducer.
Catamus.
That was the
Catamus.
Catamus. So you can all move.
Buzzes up, Kenny!
But the Magentilith does not know this. Yik Yak is right there. He's right behind you. EvenNote is, within distance of like grabbing an arm. So if you're going to do something, you need to do it fast.
Question:
Okay.
how far is Yik Yak away from Bori?
He's standing right behind you. I mean, you're basically all clustered in this tank of stuff. Yik Yak is directly behind you. EvenNote is definitely within reach.
So we could, in theory, make a human chain.
You absolutely can.
Lottie makes sure that she has a hold on Lulu.
No hesitation, Bori reaches back and grabs Yik Yak by the snout and holds on.
Yik Yak, appreciate what you're doing for me.
I'll grab Bori and whoever else is next to me.
I mean, I'm really hoping one of you is gonna like reach out and like take Even's hand or something. You just need to be touching. And Catamus needs a hand free. If you're
Lulu
going to
Lulu will
activate
tilt
the-
one of her antenna towards Even.
I mean, as far as the
Catamus is
Magentilith, yeah, I
someone
mean,
grab Even. Someone save our DM. No, I'm saving the Kobold first. Why? Because that's
Okay.
what the DM would do.
as DM even. Okay, guys, somebody's just like let's just pretend we're holding hands because we know we're about to face our doom. Catamus, you have it, right? Okay, are we all holding hands and grabbed on somehow?
Yeah, holding hands and antenna.
Spin the wheel and flip the lever.
Okay.
Ah,
Wrong music. We're not looking for the Who. We're not looking for Fiddle About. We're looking for Flip the Lever.
I'm just seeing if I should make him roll. I'm trying to think what a good. Roll me a sleight of hand check. I'm looking for a 10 or higher because I really want us to get out of here.
Woo!
Okay. Catamus spins the wheel. He flips the lever. There is a loud whooshing sound. And suddenly, you are all back with Even and Yik Yak at the gate to Gonk's house. and suddenly, Kee Tee comes running up to you.
Ooh, Rebels! Kee Tee, remember
kid.
you? Yik Yak! You're alive!
Does she have her
Kiki,
flower pot
long
with
time
her?
no see.
Four.
Oh, come on. I need a better. There we go.
Better what?
Yeah, I'm trying to make this stupid. Yeah. I've got this in Windows Media Player. I should have used something else. I put it in a playlist, and for some reason, it wants to play these in order. And yeah, I don't want it to play them in order. I want it to play them. Can I do that? That was definitely the wrong thing to do. Yeah, I can't seem to make it go down to... Oh, I got it. Ah! And then I just close it. Yeah, this is a pain in the butt.
Kee Tee, glad to see you.
Spartacus to Tommy, huh?
Okay, so Kee Tee is, as she said, glad to see you. You're Spartacus. So you're standing out there. You know you've saved Yik Yak, and he and Kee Tee are obviously very glad to see each other. They're friends. You've rescued EvenNote, who's very grateful and is going to give you XP and loot sometime between now and the next session. But that's not all I mean, the sonic transducer got destroyed while you were porting back, but that's not all you found and brought back with you.
Well, also, apparently I rolled a 2 on my dexterity check, so I landed on, apparently, Catamus, Lottie, and Lulu.
I imagine you rolled over. Well, you didn't land on Lulu.
Oh,
but you landed on Catamus and me, and maybe Hugo too. And I imagine you just rolled all over us.
If you want some KFR, I'm sure that can be arranged, because now you know the story behind Ghonk, so you'll be able to tell him, hey, shape up or, ship out.
Wait, are we straight up about to shake down and blackmail the CEO of a fast food franchise in Ever?
I came back with a burning desire to burn his house.
Hugo's got an idea here.
Well, Hugo's gonna do it. Bori's not that smart.
Well, actually, Bori is carrying the potting soil, and I believe Catamus
No, Catamus is carrying the potting soil. Bori is carrying abs. Well, no, I am carrying. He gave it. That's right. But with no in. It was not like this is important. Hey, mule, carry this. So I'm like,
so yeah, you've got some stuff here.
Was the ever-filling pitcher part of the device, or was it a separate thing?
It was a separate thing.
We should give her that too, along with the seeds in the soil.
Yes, you should.
Well, I don't know if I want to give her the pitcher, but I'll certainly pour the water out into whatever pot she puts the potting soil and the seeds in.
Yeah, she needs to at least water her plant, though, because that's what killed it the last time.
Not to mention, this is, she's living in a village where she gets one little water skin every once in a great while. This is a very poor village. I mean, you could just give her a little water for now. Yes, Bori can create water on demand. You don't really need a pitcher that creates water.
It's kind of like a Mad Max movie. We have a potential business opportunity.
It's not really that potential one. I can just water like a super soaker.
Yeah, and presumably you guys are not going to be staying in this little town. And
but it's an ever-filling pitcher.
But it's only ever going to fill with rainwater.
I'm okay with that.
I kind of think we should give it to them, but in case I set things on fire, it might be useful.
Guys, you're killing me here.
I mean, I'm not a smart guy, but we got the dirt and seeds and a pot and water.
As your DM, let me say something to you. I mean, this kobold barely gets enough water to drink. You can give her the soil and the seeds. What do you think she's supposed to do with those without water?
Well, that's what I said. I'd water her little plant for her for
But you guys are going to be leaving. You're
I,
not going to
I
stay here
suppose
and dig
she's
this hole.
I suppose she's looking at me with those big sad kobold dog eyes, right?
Actually, she's hugging Yik Yak because she hasn't seen him in a long time, and she was afraid he might be dead because she knew he was in the castle being held by the evil Magentilith.
By the way,
So she's
just
not
what I
yet
like to point out,
emotionally
y'all is
for
welcome
the picture.
on that
Okay, keep people talking.
for giving
Yeah.
Yik Yak the rat spleen iced tea and muffling him. Y'all thought I was a dick. I'm just saying. You're welcome. Yep.
I was just thinking we should try to put some gold in that picture, although you said it was just only would work on.
Only the very first liquid that touches its inner surface. That's so you don't have to worry about Bore peeing in it. It will totally repel all other liquids except fresh, pure rainwater.
Shit, Punchy had an idea.
I know, it's a good one.
Do we have the understanding that Ghonk made these pictures?
Actually, yes, he did.
Can we somehow get him to make another picture before we burn
Well,
his house
remember,
down?
you have a lot of info on Ghonk now. You can probably get Ghonk to do a lot of things. That came out a little. That sounded a little wrong.
we can get him to paint us a special picture.
Oh, we need a special painting.
But you have this sad little kobold standing there. You have potting soil and seeds that really aren't going to do you guys much good. And you have this water pitcher that, kind of looks like it might be a matched set with the potting soil and the seeds. Okay, that's kind of stretching it a little bit.
Oh wait, we got our armor back. That's right.
You have your armor
Fine.
you
We
are
give the
Fine.
picture to the kobold. She's a nice little
Fine.
kobold. She'll give it to the village, and then we go get
Fine.
a new one from Ghonk, blackmail him to make us one, and then we put molten gold in it, and we go to Vegas.
Agreed. This is a
Fine.
great idea.
He's
Booyah!
all for Kee Tee.
The sad thing is, Sir Catamus, that's almost a direct quote of
How much?
piece of
Kee Tee not have any gold. I was
So Kee Tee is asking you how much for all this stuff because she has no gold.
It's
To help this to help
free of charge.
underserved kobold people, we are willing. Now look at everyone. I say, we are all willing to donate this on behalf of all of us to help this kobold village thrive, succeed, and eventually become a wonderful trading partner with the Eternal Order of the Halfling Fist.
thank you, peoples. Kee Tee
About
love your
halfway
flowers.
through Punchy's speech, Bori starts just eating flowers, and they're not flowers; they're dried up dead ones. But he still likes the crunch.
There really are no dried up dead flowers because they all got destroyed. However, Kee Tee takes the potting soil and spreads it out over this little plot of ground. You can sort of see where she's got this big cleared area next to her house. And she spreads the potting soil over it and the seeds, and she sprinkles it with the rainwater. And the potting soil is magical because the seeds sprout right away. They don't blossom right away into flowers, but instead of waiting a week or two for germination, suddenly she's got seedlings all over her little field. And you see some of the other kobolds are coming out of their houses, and they've got their water skins, and she's filling up their water skins for them with her magical pitcher that keeps refilling. And yeah, I'm also I think I played that one already.
Hello, flower seeds. Hello, water. Hello, dirt. Come back soon. Kee Tee give you flowers.
So yes, Kee Tee would like you to come back soon, and she will give you some of these flowers. You might guess by the fact that potting soil is somewhat magical, they will not be ordinary flowers. So while I certainly do not expect you to stay here in Beggar's Hole, I think it's a safe bet that you will be returning for a visit at some point, at which point you can get the flowers. And they will absolutely be very, very special flowers.
So
Bye
this is
No,
bye.
that's
like
fine. We should probably camp and take a long rest before we head out.
so this
That
is
is
like
not
in
a bad idea.
this is
Party
like in
sheep.
the Traveler's Tales games where we have the Kobold City will remember this up in the corner.
I'm trying to remember where long rest is.
I don't know. I'm not sure about. I want rainwater in
I think
my
it's
water.
somewhere in the party sheet somewhere, I think.
There we go, combat tracker.
Woohoo!
Okay. Bori's psychic damage will be healed. You have returned safely. I cut out a few parts for brevity because I really wanted to wrap up before Christmas. But you have been to the castle, you have survived the castle and solved the riddles and gotten back, and, maybe at the beginning of the next episode we can have you confront Ghonk and then move on. So I think the next episode will probably be Christmas themed.
Oh,
That is evil. That is evil, Bori. That is evil.
So
That
the-
would also be. I would certainly not stop you if you wanted to do that to Gonk.
I was gonna say. So there's a possibility of the next episode before the Christmas theme one.
No.
We're
The next episode will be. It will be airing the day after Christmas. Depending on who all can
Yeah.
make it, we may be recording it earlier, but it will be airing the night 10:30, 2 weeks from tonight.
So darn.
And since
So
we're back on the
we're going to
plantation,
start out here. So I'm thinking you guys can go tell off Gonk, and then we can get started on the next chapter in the adventure.
So we'll do the Gonkfrontation.
Gonkfrontation. Yes, that is a good name for it.
I like that. Bori has some words he'd like to have.
You know something? If Bori
Well, at least
has
his
to think
Warhammer
about
does.
it, if Bori has to think about what he's going to do to Gonk, I will even allow him to do that without losing a point of psychic damage because I think Gonk's got it coming.
Oh no, this isn't thinking. This is like spinning the hammer around like a fire baiter. Like this is like
Like a what?
like a fire dancer. You know.
Oh,
yeah,
you said
know?
fire baiter.
I
and
did
all
say
could think
fire
of-
baiter. I don't ask.
Oh.
Don't ask. I don't,
I
fire
thought-
baiter.
I like masturbating
Anyway,
with
yeah,
fire.
yeah. That's gonna have some really interesting connotations. Anyway, like a fire dancer. You know, he's got his warhammer spinning around. A little bit of the rare edge of the fact that technically he does kind of worship a demon lord. Yeah, that little bit, like, yeah, I'm neutral good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I actually
neutral good.
I actually do want to
Like, yeah,
explore a
there's
little bit
some-
about Bori's god in a maybe I'm hoping to do a one shot for the Christmas episode. Then again, this was supposed to be a one shot and it lasted 3, but hey.
Poor Krampus.
Oh yes, there must be a Krampus. Anyway, thank you to everyone for watching. Like the Kobold Kindergarten will be back in 2 weeks, either live or recorded, I don't know, but there will be a Kobold Kindergarten on Wednesday, December 26th at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We do run the second and fourth Wednesdays every month, 10:30 p.m. Eastern. And also, many, many thanks to Miss FreshSands090 for providing the voice of Kee Tee via recorded audio files because she's got a 9:30 p.m. ET bedtime. And I think that's all I've got.
Except for Mr. Ghonk, who's gonna have a really long night.
Yeah, you guys are rested and ready to go now.
Oh, bonk.
Okay, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you guys for playing and for also inadvertently giving me so many ideas that are going to eventually crop up in adventures here. Y'all have a great night.
Yeah, thanks for being here, everyone.
bye.
Snooze well.